This is the Louie T Network.
Man, I love some football. Man, I love some football. My favorite week is week 1, cause I'm watching football. First comes the preseason, and I don't take a day off. And then it gets even better when your team makes the playoffs. 32 teams go hard for one thing. They work for one thing. That Super Bowl ring. 32 teams go hard for one thing. They work for one thing. That Super Bowl ring. We in the lab room.
Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie T? Thank you for joining me. You are in the lab room. I'm your host, of course, Louie T, here to break down the 4 o'clock matchup, a big one in the NFC South. Of course, I'm talking Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Somebody's got some egg on their face, man. Is it you? Is it? Nah, it's me. Don't worry about it, though. Like Tom and Jerry, I'm going to lick that egg off my face because everything's going to be all right. Let me explain myself. I talked about Derek Anderson like a dog. And I looked at his stats as I was watching the Cowboys massacre on television. At the bottom of my screen, I'm seeing Derek Anderson compile all of these stats. And I'm saying, Tampa Bay, what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on out there? So I said, okay, it's all good. You know what? I want to watch the game for myself, see what happened. And I said, look, I had to talk to DA for a minute. I said, Derek, man, why you want to embarrass me like that, man? Huh? Why you want to do me like that? He said, look, man, you was talking a lot of trash. I had to put you in your place. Okay, I hear you, man. But you ain't have to embarrass me like that. But look, I'm not blaming this on DA. Let's talk to Tampa Bay for a second. I'm so disappointed in the Buccaneers. Here's why. Because I had a lot of confidence in that football team coming into the season. Lovie Smith making all of these changes. Leslie Frazier as your defensive coordinator. Jeff Tedford, your offensive coordinator. You went out and got all these pieces. You made all these moves. And I know it takes time to gel in the National Football League. But you couldn't ask for a better week 1 situation. You couldn't ask for the Carolina Panthers to serve it up on a platter. What you want? You want Greg Olsen? You want D'Angelo Williams? You want Greg Hardy all not to play? Is that what you need to win? Because I thought Cam Newton not playing would be enough. So this was supposed to be the game plan. Hear me out. This is what you were supposed to do to win, all right? You were supposed to stop the run, number 1. Stop the run, and then you were supposed to come after Derek Anderson. When I say come after him, I'm talking about sending the house, the kitchen sink, everything up under the sink. I want all of it. Send it. You know when you decided to do that? When the damn game was on the line. That's when you decided to get aggressive. And you see what happened? You let this man sit back, go through his progressions and reads, dink and dunk you down the field. He wasn't picking you apart. He was taking what you were giving him. And you were giving him too much easy stuff, man. Shame on you, Tampa Bay, because I expected you to be aggressive, force that man to beat you, and you didn't. You let that man comfortably sit in the pocket and pick you apart, all right? And then when the game got real, when you realized, oh, hell, we're about to lose, then you decide to ratchet it up a little bit. Guess what he tried to do? He tried to give you the game. That's why I'm not here to apologize to Derek Anderson, because you're still a bum. But you got it done. I can't take anything away from you, man. You went out and you got it done. But when that pressure was on, what did you do? You tried. If Deshaun Golson could catch, we're talking about the Buccaneers winning this game instead of the Carolina Panthers winning this game. But Deshaun Golson, obviously left his hands in San Francisco. It happens. And so the Carolina Panthers were able to skate away with one. But let's not fool ourselves here. You know what I am impressed with, though? That goddamn defense. My goodness. Josh McCown looked flustered. He looked scared. This defense was putting pressure on him. Other than that Jaworski Lane 61-yard run, your damn defense did it again. They did it again. And that's the one thing that I expected in this game. I expected the Tampa defense. I didn't expect this score to be 24-27. I expected this to be a defensive struggle. But I expected Tampa Bay to come out on top because they were supposed to be ready for this. They were supposed to be ready to take over as not necessarily the best team in this division, but not the worst. You're definitely not ready. What this game did for me is it didn't change my mind in this division. It didn't change my mind in this division. What it said to me is, you're not better than Carolina. And I thought you were. That's all it said. Because to me, the two best teams are in this division, they played in Atlanta on Sunday. That hasn't changed for me. That's still the same. But what the Carolina Panthers said is, look, we're not the best team in this division. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. We damn sure ain't the worst. That's still the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hey, enough said. And Tampa Bay, you didn't do anything to dispute nor diffuse that notion. You, my friends, let me down with an epic failure. You let Derek Anderson come into your house. Come into your house and put up numbers on you. You made Derek Anderson have a flashback to about 2008 when that man made the Pro Bowl. Shame on you. Then you want to try to turn it up at the end? You know what? Good job, Carolina. Let me give you some props. You guys earned this victory, and I did not see this one coming. I did not think you could go in, especially without Cam Newton, did not think you could go in and beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. That was a statement game. Again, I still don't know if you're good enough to beat. Look, just know this. Any other team in this division, that's a loss. And you know it. If you got to go to New Orleans, you got to go to Atlanta, and you got to go without Cam Newton, it's a loss. You know that. Hell, if that game was at home and you had to play one of those two teams, you lose. You know that. I know that. And that's basically what I took away from this game, is that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're not ready. Good job by the Carolina Panthers getting a tough, gritty win on the road without your leader, Cam Newton. That was a huge win. And if you're Tampa Bay, that was, and look, it's only week one. I don't want to kill your whole entire season. But that was disappointing. I mean, if you can't beat Carolina in week one without Cam Newton, I don't know what you're expecting from this season, to be honest with you. And so that's a tough and bitter pill to swallow if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You're not 0-1 on the season. Who's to say you can't catch lightning in a bottle like Carolina did last season and win 10 games? I just don't see it happening. That was a poor showing by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And so that's going to do it for this breakdown of the game. If it happens in the... And look, let me say one more thing. Boy, Kelvin Benjamin looks good. I love that young fella. He's going to be a problem this year. He is. And Greg Olsen is always going to be a problem. And he continued to show that in this game. He was one of the biggest reasons why the Panthers were able to win this game. He took advantage of matchups in that game, and that was a hell of a catch by Kelvin Benjamin. This Carolina Panthers team, offensively, I think they're going to be just fine this season. I just don't think they're going to have enough firepower when it's all said and done to repeat what they did a season ago. But nonetheless, they got it done. They're 1-0. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the lab room. I thank you for joining me. Come back and join me as I've got plenty more matchups in week number 1 of the National Football League to break down. I'll see you in a bit.